I'm in this parking lot and I don't know how to get out. I've never been here before. It's a big square and you'd think I'd be able to get out. I can't figure it out at all. Hey folks, welcome back to the Model 3 Guy. I am Dax. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know if you've been waiting for it, but I've been waiting for this all week. It is Pro Tips Volume 4. Okay folks, let's get to it right away. Just like the previous volumes, we've got 5 tips and they're gonna come at you really fast. Tip number 1. You know, for the back seats when you have people back there and you got the heat on or the air conditioning, the HVAC system, well, Tesla in their brilliance and their infinite wisdom, what they did is they put some kind of sensor. Well, it's not some kind of sensor, it's the seat sensor. So it'll tell you if someone's back there to put their seatbelt on. They've also used that seatbelt sensor to tell the HVAC system, hey, you know what? There's people back there. Put on the AC or put on the heat. And when nobody's back there and it doesn't detect anyone, it doesn't turn it on. That way you don't have to turn it on and you won't forget, and you don't have to go through the climate control and the HVAC system and toggle things on and off. It does it for you. That's tip number 1. Okay folks, tip number 2, it has to do with autopilot. When you're in autopilot and you see the speed, we're doing 70, we're doing 10 over the posted speed limit, which happens to be 60 there. So when you're in autopilot, every now and then, when the speed increases to, like, now in this road that I'm on, it's gonna increase to 80 soon. And let's see, I don't know if you can see the road there. It's gonna say, it's there 80. Now, this should go to 80, but see, it still says 70 there. Here's a perfect example. Autopilot doesn't always kick in, so a quick way to do that. So instead you don't do 70 and slow down and piss off all the people behind you. All you have to do is click on the 80 speed limit there, and then it automatically changes your speed. And now you're doing 90, which is, I have it set for 10 over the speed limit. So now you do either the speed limit or whatever you have it set over the speed limit. I think you can go 5 or 10. Maybe 15, I'm not sure. But it's also good if you don't have it set for that, or you're speeding and you just have traffic aware cruise control on and you pass a cop and you want to quickly, without braking, or not even without braking, if you want to quickly go back down to the speed limit, just tap on the speed limit there and you'll quickly match that speed, or in my case, come 10 over. And 10 over, you'll be fine. A cop won't pull you over for that. So that's tip number 2. Okay folks, tip number 3 is brought to us by our friend Ryan on Facebook at the Canadian Model 3 group. Now, what he's saying is, if you want to find a location and you want more information about a specific location, like the telephone number or how many stars and if it's open 24 hours, like the hours of operation, stuff like that, this map information will give it to you, but only in one way. So let's say we use the voice navigation. Where is McDonald's? Okay, so it finds the McDonald's here and it lists it from the pins here from A all the way down to F there. And there's probably more if you go down here. And if you look on the map, the gray pins and these little things are where the locations are. Now, if you were to click, I don't want to click on it. I'll click it on at the end. But if you were to click on just the location, I mean, other than just the address and the postal code and how far away it is, it won't tell you that kind of information. But if you click, say we want C here. So we look for C. Where's C? Sometimes it could be hard to find it. Right here, here's C. So if we click on C, now this little card comes up and it tells you whether it's open, what are the hours are today. So it tells you the stars, how many stars and reviews it has. Gives you the telephone number if you want to call it. Gives you way more, and gives you an opportunity to call. Way more information than if you actually clicked on the list here. Because if you click on the list, look what happens. So if I was to just get out of here, and if I was to just click on the list, it'll just navigate me to it, right? We don't want that. We want the actual location. So like I said, folks, the best way to do this is, like I said, just click on the pins. That'll give you way more information. That's pro tip number 3. Moving right along, folks, tip number 4 is brought to us by another guy from the Facebook group, the Canadian Model 3 Facebook group. His name is Rob. For some reason, it's not documented, but if you ever have to reset your windows, because some people have had trouble with the windows before, where they, instead of going down or going all the way up, they won't go all the way up. They may be just open a tiny bit like this. So a quick way to do it is, what you have to do, it's a process. You have to hold your finger down on it and hold it down until it goes all the way down, and keep holding on to it for about 15 to 30 seconds. And then after that, I won't do it here, but I'm just giving you a quick demonstration. Then after that, you you press it up and it'll go up, and you hold on to it for another 15 seconds. Now what that does, it resets the window. For whatever reason, sometimes you may need to reset the window because it may not go all the way up or get stuck in a halfway position. You think your window's broken or you think your motor's broken. It isn't. It just needs to be reset, the software, and you can do it all from the buttons here. That's tip number 4. Okay, folks, and the last and final tip, tip number 5, like I said, I always save the favorite tip for last. It is brought to us by our friend Brian at I1 Tesla. Check out his YouTube channel if you haven't. He's got a lot of cool experiments that he does and different little things he does with the Tesla Model 3 and his Model S too. So check him out. But he gave us a good tip. Now, if you're like me and you like to drive and you like to look at your energy, so you got the energy screen up here, instead of having to go up here and click on this as you're driving, get real distracted and exit it here, here's a fun tip. And also, instead of having to do this, I think I said this in one of my other tips, and clicking the energy, it'll come up. Quick tip, I think I said this in one of my tips, is swipe up. That'll give you the last one that was on there. And if you want, instead of going up here, just swipe down, it'll go back down. This swipe up and down also works for the music. See the music icon here? You swipe up, it'll come up 2/3. Swipe up again, it'll come up to the 3rd setting. Now the same thing, you can swipe down, it'll go down to the 2nd one. Swipe down again, it'll go down to the 1st. Swipe down again, it'll go away altogether. So as you swipe, it'll go up. That way you don't have to reach across here as you're driving and be distracted and do all that. You can just do it right here in the corner, right next to the wheel. If you've got long fingers, which I don't, you can actually do it while you're holding the wheel, and you do it that way. Do the same thing for the menu. Swipe up, swipe down. You don't have to reach over. Tesla's been very smart by putting in these little gestures in. They just haven't documented them really well. For this stuff, you can't just use this. You have to actually go here. Okay, folks, that's it. That's Pro Tips Volume 4. If you like what you saw, hit the like button, leave a comment below. If you have any tips, like I said, and you want a shout out, leave a comment below. Tell me what your tip is. If you haven't heard it yet, people might want to use it. Leave a comment below. Tell me what your tip is, and I might use it in the upcoming volumes. So that's all I got for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we will see you on the next one. Take care.